We are at the photography show talking to Andreas from Fujifilm UK. He's the marketing manager, and we are looking at the brand new X-T30 Mark II. So, can you tell us more about this new camera?
So the X-T30 is one of our most popular lines, but it's been out for a couple of years and it needed a bit of a refresh to just bring it up to speed with the sort of like the other models that are around there, around that sort of price point and things like that. So the engineers have had a look at what they could do and literally just turned the X-T30 up to 11. So we've got a new high resolution LCD screen, so it's a 1.62 million dot screen. We've got the focusing system from the X-T4 into this camera. We've got the film simulations and things like that. So everything that we first saw on like the flagship cameras have worked their way down to the X-T30 Mark II. Yeah, nice, small, compact body, traditional dials, layout, all the things that people love from the X-T30. Yeah, just sort of like turned up a notch.
Okay. And how can you tell the difference just by sort of looking at it? Where does it say Mark II on the body?
So, subtly on the bottom, on the model, it says Mark II. Those real diehards will have noticed naturally that the camera is 0.8 millimeters thicker,
right?
Because of the high resolution screen. But yeah, it's really subtle in terms of the labeling and things like the other, because it is really at its heart an X-T30, right, just with a bigger memory, bigger buffer, right, to allow it to sort of like bring it up to speed, up to date rather.
Does it have the sort of newer film simulation modes?
Yeah, so it's got the Eterna bleach bypass, it's got the classic negative that we first saw on X Pro 3 and then X-T4. And yeah, all the other menu features that you'd expect. It's got like the 10 times slow motion that we first saw on X-T4. It's got the refresh menu system to split out between stills and movie, and all those sorts of things. Just bring it up to date.
So I guess there's quite a lot behind the scenes that you won't notice just looking at it, but when you actually come to use it, you'll see the difference.
Yeah, massively. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, as it were. So once you pick it up and you go, oh, actually that focuses a little bit faster. All the menus are slightly different. Do I envisage X-T30 users upgrading? No. Do I envisage new people coming to the system thinking to themselves, actually I want a small, compact, mirrorless camera around the 760, sort of like £800 mark? Mm-hmm. That's who it's really aimed for.
And it's still got the sort of traditional control, shutter dials and things like that?
Yeah, so looking at the top plate, you've got your shutter dial, you've got your exposure compensation, you've got your drive mode to sort of like select what you're doing. You can partner it with, so like it comes with either an XC lens or the XF18 to 55, so you then have the aperture ring as well. But you've got your cheat, your full auto mode, if you're not confident or what have you, and then it just grows with you. But yeah, it's a cracking camera.
And it's around the £700 mark. And has it got sort of metal body? Are parts of it metal, or is it plastic, or?
It's that sort of like magnesium alloy, right, internal sort of like construction, but it's not weather resistant or anything like that. But in terms of the feel of it, it really holds up in terms of when you put it in your hand, it actually does feel a lot more solid than the sort of like the more plasticky cameras that are out there.
Yeah. Cool. And takes SD cards?
Yep, your traditional SD cards in the bottom, just the one. Uses the standard NP W126S battery, good for about 390 shots, which are all how long is a piece of string type questions, but I'd always say it's comfortable for a day's shooting, which is perfect for the enthusiast, also like the beginner just starting out.
And records 4K cine video?
Yep, records 4K in sort of like 30p, so you've got that, you've got all the full HD, as I said, you've got the slow motion functionality as well. It's sort of like you can record it externally to sort of like a separate recording device. It's yeah, full feature set in a very small time.
And it's basically got the same sensor as the X-T4, your flagship camera.
Yeah.
So it's got phase detection focus.
Yeah, so it's got the faster phase detection focus. It uses the same AF algorithm as the X-T4. What I like about the Fujifilm range is by buying into the more expensive models, you're not getting better image quality. That isn't the deciding factor, because we use the same sensor and processor throughout. The image quality is exactly the same. What you're deciding between this and say like an X-T3 or an X-T4 is weather resistance, dual SD card slots, high resolution viewfinder, all the sorts of features which would benefit some people, but image quality is exactly the same throughout the range.
Cool, sounds good. And can you just tell us the price again?
So body only is 769. With the XC lens, it's 899, and I believe it's 1099 with the 1855. But I might be wrong on that one. It might be 1199. So don't hold me to that one, Josh.
Okay.